Good morning, everyone. So yesterday, what we completed, guys. I think we started interfaces, right? And after that, I think yesterday we completed what is the difference between extents and implements. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, I think as part of and extents and implements, so we discussed a few points, right? So a class can extend only one class at a time, right? An interface can, right? An interface can extend any number of interfaces at a time, right? So if you want to provide relation between same types, so then we will use for what? Extends keyword. I mean homogeneous types. Okay. If you want to provide relation between two different types, okay, between two different types, then we will go for what, guys? Implements keyword, right? So that's what yesterday we discussed, right? Heterogeneous. Hello, can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Right. A class can implement any number of interfaces simultaneously. A class can extend another class and can implement any number of interfaces simultaneously. Right. So these are the points we discussed yesterday class. Fine. Do you have any clarification, any doubts, guys? All right. On yesterday class. Shall we go for next topic?
Yes, sir.
So now here I'm telling one statements. You please tell me, okay, what is the correct statement or what is the wrong statement? A class can extend any number of classes at a time. Is it true or false? Tell me, guys. First, a class
False,
can
sir.
extend any number of classes at a time. Is it true or false?
False, sir.
False. An interface can extend only one interface at a time. Is it true or false?
False, sir.
An interface can implement any number of interfaces at a time.
True.
True or false?
True.
An interface can implement any number of interfaces at a time. Please see the statement. Interface can extend any number of
Sir,
interfaces, right? Not implement.
the interface can extend, sir.
Yeah,
Homogeneous.
okay.
So that's what just before, I mean, this discussion only, we discussed, right? The same point.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Homogeneous.
Homogeneous means extends.
Extend.
Homogeneous types means what, guys? Extends. Heterogeneous types means what, guys?
Implement.
Implements. Okay, we have to remember this point.
Yeah,
Next,
okay.
a class can implement only one interface at a time. Is it true? A class can implement only one interface at a time.
No, sir. False, sir.
Okay, a class can implement any number of interfaces, right?
Yes, sir.
Invalid. Okay, the above one is what, guys? Valid. The above statement is valid. See, like this only people will ask you, or maybe if you go for any written exam, an interview. Okay, so most of the companies nowadays, they are, first of all, they are putting what? They're conducting written exam, right? If you pass, then only I think that there will be the technical round. Fine. So now, next one. A class can extend another class or can implement an interface, but not both simultaneously. A class can extend another class or can implement an interface, but not both simultaneously. Is it true?
False, sir.
False, right? A class can extend another class or can implement any interface, okay, simultaneously, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Fine, guys. Okay, fine. Now we will go for next one. So what is the next one? Okay, interface methods. So I think already we discussed the what is the interface methods. Let me write, guys. So tell me what is the interface methods. Interface methods. Okay. See, guys, up to 1.7. Okay. So what is the concept we are learning now? It is up to 1.7 as part of interface. Okay, from 1.8 onwards, the interface concept is completely different. Okay, please remember that one. So no. So every interface method in always public abstract, whether we are declaring or not, right? So that's what already yesterday we discussed, right? In interface. In interface, every method. Okay. By default, what guys? In interface, every method by default, public abstract. Okay. Whether we declared or not. Okay, if you are not declared public abstract, who will place that public abstract, guys? Compiler will place. Understand? If you place, then compiler will not place. Otherwise, compiler will place. Okay. So let me take fine. Let me take one example here. So now interface interf interf. Okay, this is the interface name. So now here I'm taking what void m1 simple method or void display method I'm taking. Fine. This is the method I'm taking. So now, so what is the prototype of this method, guys? What is the prototype of this method?
Public abstract void.
Okay. So it is public abstract void m1 void display method, right? So this is the prototype by default, guys. Okay. Public to make why public abstract, guys? Why the methods which are there in interface by default public abstract? Understand? Tell me.
It is having only method declaration. So we are defining it as abstract.
Now, why public abstract? So all the methods which are available in interface, why public abstract? You tell me. Already yesterday we discussed it, right?
Yes, sir.
So why we need to go for public? So all the methods which are available in interface are what, guys? It's a method declaration. That right? Those are what? Method declarations, right? So those, I mean, in the methods which we have in interface, we cannot provide what implementations, right? So those are what method declarations. So method declarations means who has to provide actual implementation? Subclasses has to provide implementations, right? Subclass can be there in the same package or different package too, right? Hello, can you hear me? So see, in the method in interface. So what are the methods we have, guys? Only method declarations we have, because interfaces means what? Business rules, right? It's just business rules. So they don't know anything about implementation. Interface talks about what? Just business rules, right? So these business rules has to be follow client as well as service provider. So that's what yesterday we discussed, right? So
Yes,
no,
sir.
business rules means what? Just method declarations, right? So who has to provide actual implementation for these method declarations? Come on, who has to provide? Implementation classes,
Classes.
right? So implementation class, child classes. So child class can be there in the same package where interface is available, or else the child class can be there in the different package where interface is not available. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Hello. So now the method declaration we have. So who has to provide that implementation for that method? Who has to provide? Child classes. Okay. So now child class we have to create, right? So now I think already we completed, right? The packages, interf we have, guys. This is the interface. Fine. So now I have to provide what? Implementation for this method. Which method? Display method. So who will provide implementation for this display method? Implementation classes. Implementation classes means what? Child classes, right? So now I'm creating one class called, okay, class A. A is what, guys? Child class. Okay. A is what, guys? child class. So now child, here what class A implements interrupt, right?
Yes, sir.
How to create A and interface, how to maintain relation between class and interface by using implements keyword, right? Fine. So now here, now I'm going to what provide implementation for, okay, public void display method. I'm providing implementation for what, guys? Display method. Just I'm putting display. Fine. Okay. Now, see, let's suppose this center of class we have. I mean, interface we have, right? So now here I'm taking what? Interface. So this is what, guys? Interface. ERF. Okay. So now, let's suppose this interface therein package. Okay. Package palm dot P1. Let's assume. Okay. So where it is available, guys? Palm dot P1. Okay. So now here I'm taking what, guys? The child class. What is the child class? A.
Class A.
Class A. Now class A, okay, can be there in the same package or different package. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Class A can be there in the same package or can be there in the what? Different package. So different package class also I can take as a child class for this interface, right? And
Yes,
even the same package class also I can take child class for this interface. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
No. No, see now. Now this class A is there in different package. Let's assume package com.p2. Okay. Now this class A, where it is available, guys? Where it is available? Different package. com.p2. Okay. So now here see class A implements interrupt. Okay. Now this interface, let's suppose this display method is okay only default access modifier. I mean, by default every method is interface is public, but let's assume, so why we are taking this concept, why we need to take every method is available in interface is public. So that is the question, right? So let's suppose in interface this method, let's suppose if you take a default, right? What is the by default access modifier? Default, right? If you're not providing any access modifier. So now in A class, okay, I'm trying to override this display method. Okay. So just I copied public void. I mean, let me remove public. Here I'm removing public, guys. Let's assume this public is not available. So void display, right? Void display means what?
Default.
While overriding child method, we can take same access modifier what we have in parent method, or else we can increase the access modifier, but we cannot decrease the access modifier, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now here what class A in different package. Now if it is void means default. So default access modifier can we access in outside of the package?
No, we can access.
Right. So within the package only we can access default access modifier. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So let's assume instead of default, if you take protected. So protected, can we access outside of the package?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Understand? So that's why here people will provide what? Public. Public means what?
We
To
can
make this
access.
method available to every implementation class, whether it is same package related class or else whether it is a different package related class. Okay. So to make this method available to every implementation class. Hope you people clear on this now. Right? If you put
Yes,
public
sir.
here,
Yes.
so if A class can be the same package also can access, and A class can be different package also can be accessed. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Because public access modifier means we can access. Okay, within the package also we can, and outside of the package also we can. So that's what here always the methods what we have in interface by default is what, guys? Public access modifier. Fine. Now, why abstract? Why abstract? Already you know, right? Already we completed abstract classes.
Yes,
Why abstract?
we
The
are not
method
defining any
declarations. If
method.
you don't know anything implementation, then we will go for what? Method declarations. So
Abstract.
how can we say this is a method declaration? By keeping abstract keyword,
Abstract
right?
keyword.
So if you keep abstract keyword means what? Implementation class is responsible to implement this method, right? So if
Yes,
you
sir.
provide abstract keyword means, so what is that meaning? Implementation class has to provide implementation for this method. Clear everyone? So
Yes,
that's what by default every interface method public and abstract. Okay. So now let me write here those points, guys. Any question, guys? Public. Okay. Why public? To make this method available to every implementation, right? To make this method available to every implementation class. Fine. So that's why. Next one is abstract. Why abstract? Implementation class is responsible to implement this method, right? Implementation class is responsible to implement this method. Implement this method. Understand? So if you keep abstract means what? Hey boss, I am not at all responsible for implementation for this method. Please wait. Okay. The implementation class is responsible for this. Okay. Method implementation. Fine, guys. Okay. Now we will go for next topic. So what is the next one? Okay. So interface variables. Interface variables. So in interface, class can have what, guys? Methods and variables, right? In the same way, interface also can have what, guys? Methods and variables. So here methods are what? By default, public abstract. Fine. So now, so we will see what is the variables in interface. Okay, an interface can contain what? Variables. Okay. So what is the purpose of interface variables, guys, here? Okay. Now, so now, first of all, let me write these 2 points, guys. Okay. So interface also can contain what? Variables. Interface also can contain what? Variables. Okay. Every variable inside interface, every variable inside interface is by default, okay, by default, public static final. Okay, every variable inside interface is by default public static final, guys. Okay, whether we are declaring or not. Whether we are declaring or not. Understand? So every method inside a interface is what, guys? By default public abstract, whether we are declaring or not. If you are declare, well and good. If you are not declare, compiler will place. Okay. So in the same way, every variable inside interface is also what, guys? By default public static final, whether we are declaring or not. If you are declaring, well and good. If you are not declaring, compiler will place public static final. Clear, everyone? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now, what
Yes,
does
sir.
it mean? Example, here I'm taking. Okay. So now, interface, interface, interf. Fine. So now here I'm taking what, guys? Let's suppose int x is equal to 10. This is what, guys? Variable, right? So now here what? Void display method. This is what? Method. So now here see int x is equal to 10. What it is? Variable. Okay. But here, am I declaring any access modifier here? I did not declare. If you are not declare, what is the by default access modifier for this int x variable? Public abstract, public static final. Understand? So what is the by default, guys, here? Public static final. Okay, whether you are declaring or not. If you are declaring, well and good. If you are not declaring, compile will place what? Public static final.
Final.
Public static final. Okay. Here, void display. So what is the by default access modifier here? Public abstract. Right?
Yes, sir.
So fine, guys. Now see here, public static final. See here, if you see that, okay, you can easily understood. So already we completed what is public, what is static, what is final. You has to tell now. So now the interface variables which are available in interface, what those should be, guys. Now see that access modifiers, what we are providing. Public is access modifier, static also modifier, final also modifier. Now if you see that public static final, the x variable will become what?
Static variable.
Huh? X variable will become what?
Constant.
Constant.
Someone is saying, please tell me.
Constant.
Constant.
Sir.
What you guys are saying?
Constant, sir.
Yeah, constant. Right? Here, public static final int x is equal to 10. So already we discussed, right? What is final? Final is keyword applicable for variable level, method level, and class level. So I think we explained in detail, right? At variable level, what will happen? At method level, if you use final, what will happen? If you use class level, final keyword, what will happen? So no need to discuss again. Okay. So no. So here see public static final int x is equal to 10. So interface contains what, guys? Actually, interface contains what? Business requirements, right? So business rules and business requirements. So if you have any kind of, okay, business constants, guys, requirement constants, understand? So if you have any requirement constants, definitely we will have, right? The requirement constants we will have, right? Let's suppose if you are taking, okay, what do you call loan kind of application, loan kind of business requirement, right? House loan. Let's suppose house loan is what? 8% is interest rate. Let's assume. So the 8% interest rate is what, guys? Fixed, right? Constant, right? Those are what? Requirement level constants. Now we cannot change that value, right? Hello, can we change that value? We cannot change,
No,
right?
sir.
So that
Yes,
is
sir.
what fixed, right? So car loan, let's suppose 10%. So the 10% is interest rate is what? Fixed, right? So those are what, guys? Business level, okay, requirement level constants. Okay, if you have any kind of business level constants or requirement level constants, okay, so those requirement level constants where we will add, guys, inside interface. Hope you people understood.
Yes.
Hello. So while writing Java application, while implementing Java projects, from project point of view, okay, there is a constants, guys. There is a requirement level constants. Okay. So there is a requirement level constants. Let's assume here, see, let me take one example here. We are developing university, okay? University oriented some application. Let's assume. Okay. So now in university means what? So definitely university name will be same, right? Okay. So let's assume 300 students available in that particular university. Okay. 300 students is available in that particular university. All these 300 students are okay part of CSE branch. Okay. So now this CSE branch, okay. So where it is under Gayatri College, let's suppose. Okay. Now Gayatri College is affiliated by whom? Let's suppose JNTU University or Andhra University, right? So now if you take all these 300 students, the university name is same, right?
Yes. Yeah.
If you take for all these 300 students, the college name is also same, right?
Yes. Same.
Yes, sir.
You take this all 300 students and even branch name also same, right? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Branch name also same, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So now you can take, this is what kind of requirement level, business requirement level constants. These are, okay. So now maybe to develop this kind of application, we may use university name and college name and branch name, okay, in different classes we may use. So these are what, guys? Requirement level constants, right? So all these constants where we will define in interface. Understand? Because these are what? Constants. We will not change. University name can we change? We cannot change. For all these 300 students, the university name, Andhra University, will be the same. Right? And even college name, let's suppose Gayatri College. Gayatri College also will be the same. Right? Even branch name, CSC. CSC also will be the same. Right? So now, these three, where we will declare? In interface, we will declare, because these are what? Requirement level constants. Hope you people understood.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Right? So these are what, guys? Requirement level
Okay.
constants. Okay. So now those kind of requirement level constants where we will define, guys, inside interface. Okay. Inside interface. Now, why it is public, guys? Why Java people provided access modifier called public for interface, interface variable?
Anywhere
To make this variable available to every implementation class.
Yes.
The same thing. Just we discussed, right?
Yes.
The same thing. To make this variable available to every implementation class. Who will provide implementation for this interface?
Subclasses.
Implementation classes, child classes. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Yes.
So now child classes means can be within the package or different package, right? So
Yeah.
now who will access these variables, guys? Child classes only
Yeah.
can access. Right? So now to make available for every implementation class of this variable, we are putting what, guys? Public access modifier. Is it fine?
Yeah, fine.
So the next one, static. Why static, guys?
Common.
Huh?
The value will be common to.
Why static? Why the Java people has given static access modifier for what do you call interface variable?
The value.
So if you declare variables in interface means, okay. So now why we declared an these constants in interface? Because wherever we required, okay, we want to use those variables, right? So now
Yes.
interfaces means what, guys? Interface contains what? Interfaces means what?
All
Fully
abstract.
abstract class, right?
Yes, sir.
Interface is nothing but what, guys? Fully
Abstract methods.
abstract class. So it's okay. So interface is what? Completely, it's non-complete class. Understand? It's non-complete class. You can say. Interface is what, guys? It's not fully completed, right? It's not fully implemented. Okay? It's what? Only business rules it has. Okay? So now, if any class does not complete fully implementation, so can we create object for such type of classes?
No.
Let's assume in Java, if you have any component, whether it is class or interface case, okay? So now, so when we will going to instantiate for that particular component, guys, if that particular component fully implemented, right? So then
Yes.
only we are going to create instantiate, and by using that instance, we will access the functionalities which are which are already implemented in that particular component. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, right.
Then only we are going to instantiate. Otherwise, unnecessarily, instantiation is costly operation in Java. I think already we discussed in that, right? So now, unnecessarily, we should not create instantiate. Why we cannot create? Why the Java people are not allowing to instantiate for abstract class? Because abstract class is what? Partially implemented class, right? If partially implemented class, then why we need to create instantiate? If you create instance also, so by using that instance, what you will do, right? If you call any, right, unimplemented method, am I right or wrong? So in the same way, interface. So interface contains what, guys? It's only business rules. It's not fully implemented component. Am I right or wrong? So can we create an object for interface then? We cannot create, because interface itself is fully abstract class. Okay. So it's talking about what? Hey boss, I don't know anything of the implementation. Okay. Don't come for implementation. So like that interface itself is talking. So if interface is talking like that, then why we need to create object for that interface? If you create object for that interface also, can we do anything with that? We cannot do. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what for interface we cannot create object. Right? We cannot create object. Fine. So now, okay. So now, how can we access the variable which is there in interface? If you have, see, let's suppose if you have an instance variable, guys, how can we access instance variable, guys, within the class?
Create an object.
After creating object of that particular class, and by using that object reference, we can access that instance variable within the outside of the class. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, right.
Fine. So now here interface, if you take instance variable instead static variable, so how can we access now? In outside of the class, let's suppose some other class I have. Let's suppose B class I have.
Yes.
Understand? So in B class, I want to access variable X. Clear? I want to access what? Variable X. How can we access? Can you hear me? How can we access? We cannot access. Why? Interface means we cannot create object. If you're not able to create object, then how can we access instance variable on that particular class? We cannot access. Come on, guys.
Yes.
All these things you guys should tell. So we completed all these topics. What is instance variable? What is static variable? How can we access instance variable? How can we access static variable? So everything we completed. I think almost we spent 3 or 4 hours at that time. I don't know why you guys are not talking here. Fine. So no. So that's why if you put static variable means, how can we access static variable?
Class name.
By using class name. So we access static variable. Do we need instance for that class?
No.
No, right? Without instance also, we can access static variable by using directly class name. Am I right or wrong? So now I want to access this X variable, some other class. How can I access? By using class name. Here, what is the class name? Interrupt. Right? Interrupt dot X. If I call interrupt dot X, I can get the value of 10.
Yes.
So that's why here what, guys, Java people make, okay, static access modifier for interface variable. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
So without existing object also, implementation class has to access this variable, can access this variable. So that's why here what, guys, static. Fine. Now, so why final? Why final?
Constant.
Constant.
Takes that value.
To make that value as constant.
Right. So before only we discussed it, right? So it's I mean the variables what we have in interface is what, guys? Business requirement constants, right?
Yes.
Business requirement constants. So business requirement constants means what? These are constants for entire project. Understand? In the entire project, we cannot change the value of these variables. It's fixed. Constants means what? Fixed. We cannot change. So how can we make constant in Java? By using final keyword,
Final.
right? So that's why here public static final. So if you keep final keyword means what? We can access this variable wherever we required in entire our Java project, but we cannot
Change.
change the value, because all these are what, guys? Business requirement level constants. Understand? So if these are requirement level constants, how can we change the values? We cannot change. So in Java, how can you make constant? By using final keyword. Clear, everyone?
Yeah.
So that's why
Yes, sir.
the variables which are available in interface is by default what, guys? Public static final, whether you declared or not. If you declare, well and fine. Otherwise, compiler will place public static final. Okay? Fine. Now, let me write. Any question? Any clarification is required here? Clear?
Yes, sir. Please.
The same thing, guys. I cannot copy. Yeah? Again, I need to write here. So why public, guys? To make so this is very, very important, guys. People will ask you. Okay. Why public static final? To make this variable available to every implementation class, right? Every implementation class. Right? Fine. So now, next one. Why static? Tell me, guys. Why static, guys? Without existing object also, implementation class can access this variable, right? Without existing object also, all implementation classes can access
This variable.
this variable. Fine? So no. What is the next one?
Final.
Final. Why final, guys?
For business requirement, will be constant. For the
So
complete
implementation class can access this variable but cannot modify because it is a common variable for, okay, common variable for, I mean, it's a business rule level constants. Like that also we can write, okay? Implementation, okay, implementation class can access this variable, okay, but cannot modify because these are what? Because these are business Okay, or requirement level constants. Clear?